Hello, Gadies and Lentlemen, and welcome to Dad Games. So, today we're going to talk about just what exactly is this channel about. So, this channel is a game design channel, and it's just going to be where I keep track of all the game design stuff I do. So, with that said, I'm going to just talk about the first project I've got. So, on screen here is some concept art about the game. And first off, that's the name. Gotta Go. With the little poop emoji. And as you can probably tell, it's based about poop. The whole point of the game is you're trying to gain enough satisfaction to obtain sufficient pooping conditions and survive the round. And by doing that, you get money and you move on. So, the core gameplay is going to be as follows. It's broken up into rounds. There's 25 rounds in a game, and every 5 rounds is a boss round. Each round is split up into 3 turns, each of which you get 3 card plays. And the idea is that here's our current UI art. So you're gonna have your hand, which is dealt to you at the beginning of the game, and then you'll have your draw pile and your discard pile. And so you're dealt your hand at the beginning of the game, or beginning of the turn. You can play 3 of them, right? And then your hand is discarded. The cards you played, they take effect. They're discarded, and then you draw a new 5. Right, and as soon as your draw pile runs out, you reshuffle your discard. And your satisfaction is like the main goal. Once you beat the satisfaction, you get TP, and then you move on to the next round, where there's a higher satisfaction goal, and as such, more TP. And so, it's going to be a roguelike, right? Now, the main source of making the game more difficult are the situation cards. Each round, there's situation cards dealt, and those are going to adjust your play method of that round, right? So, maybe you're getting a situation card that halves the satisfaction of things but doubles all your multipliers. Now you've got to play cards that multiply more than cards that give you satisfaction, and that way you'll get the satisfaction you need. We're not actually sure if we're going to do 3 situation cards. We're thinking right now it'll be 1 situation card, and then every 5 rounds when it's a boss round, we'll have the 3 situation cards. And that'll make it not as difficult, except for the boss rounds. So, moving back. Now, you may be thinking, if it's a roguelike, where's the roguelike aspects? Well, after every round, you're shown the market, and in the market there will be cards, and there will be card packs, right? So you're shown the market, and using the TP you've collected throughout the round, you can purchase new cards to add to your deck, and you can purchase card packs, which will just be like sets of cards. And every pack will have its rarity. So there's common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, and then one of these puns. We're not sure which one yet. We're thinking Final Flush. Feel free to vote in the comments on what you want the final rarity to be. And those determine both the chance that you get the card and the power of the card. So a legendary card, you've got a much lower chance at getting it, but if you do, you're going to have a good run, right? So here's some basic concept art. If you notice, the poop toilet and TP. We've actually got those on the sides of the video. So there's some concept art there as well if you're interested. And so you also probably noticed that there's these TP cards and there's these toilet cards. There's a few other card types. So the way the card types work is there's 4 different types. There's poop cards, and poop cards are the main source of satisfaction. You play them to get mostly satisfaction. There are some other effects, right? Like some of them give you more TP, some of them give you a bit less satisfaction, and some multipliers and things, but primarily they're for satisfaction. Then there's the TP cards, and those are primarily used to get multipliers for your poops. They're primarily used in buffing them so that you get a little bit more than just the base amount of satisfaction, and they also give a 1.25 times multiplier to any card you play, to the satisfaction of any card you play from the same pack, right? So the basic pack, if I open a basic pack and I get a basic TP and then I get a basic poop and I get a quick poop, I can play the basic TP and then I can play the quick poop and it'll be 1.25 times the satisfaction. So that way they're a little bit more useful than just buffing their own poop, right? And so talking about that, we'll talk about the other cards in a moment. There's the way that the card packs work is a card pack contains sets of cards, and each set has a poop, a toilet paper, and a toilet card. Right, for example, the basic pack comes with the basic set, which has the basic poop, basic toilet paper, basic toilet. It also comes with the quick set, which has quick poop, baby wipes, and jump and run. And then finally not finally, there's other things, but like the emergency poop, emergency leaves, and emergency green tent. And so each of those is contained in the basic pack, and when you open it you have a chance to get all those. Now the other card that I'm sure you've heard of now, the toilet cards. Toilet cards are cards that buff everything pretty much for a single round, but then they're destroyed after that round. So they are your power cards, they're your trump cards. They're the cards you play when things are not going well and you need something to push you over the last little bit. And so as such, they get destroyed after usage and are no longer available to you. They are literally the most powerful cards, but you can also only have one of them in play at a time. However, they do last for the entire round. So basically, let's say I play a basic toilet. I now have what's the basic toilet do? It multiplies all your basic cards' satisfaction and multipliers by 2 times. So if I play a basic toilet, I have for the entire round the opportunity to get more satisfaction out of my basic poop. So when I play that, I'm going to get double the satisfaction. Now the basic TP, it will give you 2.5 times the satisfaction to the next basic poop you play. So if you play the basic toilet, because it also gives a multiplier to your multipliers, you're going to get 2.5 times 2, 5. You're going to get 5 times the basic poop, and 2 times on top of that. So that's 10 times right there. You can see why toilets are good. Now, the final card that packs are going to contain are called various cards. And they're just cards that give bonuses that don't directly impact satisfaction. There are things like +1 card play, draw 2 cards, +5 cash, right? Or TP, not cash. Things like that. For example, TP Fortress. Debuffs don't apply to poops you play this turn. That's pretty good. And they're just random, they don't come with sets, they don't come with upgrades. And yeah, talking about upgrades, another thing that is available in the shop is the opportunity to upgrade your cards. So when you upgrade a card, it gets a slight visual adjustment, and then a slight buff. And it goes in Gilded, then Bejeweled, then Prismatic, and then Holy Crap. As you can see, Gilded is a 1.5 times bonus to all stats of that card. Bejeweled is 2 times, Prismatic is 3 times, Holy Crap is 5 times. And as such, you have to go in order, right? You can't upgrade a Bejeweled card to Holy Crap until you go through Prismatic. And now for the visual changes, we're thinking just Gilded, the card will be gold on the edges. Bejeweled, it'll be gold with gems encrusted in. Prismatic, it'll be gold, gems, and like a crystal-y shine type thing. And then Holy Crap, you're gonna have to wait until the game comes out to find out. Now, the last thing we have here is, what's this? This is our current concept for the main screen. We actually have another concept that I don't have available right now. But basically, there's going to be a bathroom, and there's going to be, the main things are, there's a toilet, a curtain, and a sink. And when you select them, they do a little animation, and then they go to their thing, right? So if you click on the toilet, a little poop shoots out of the toilet, and then the camera will dive into the toilet, and it'll show you the various different game modes. And you can select one, and then you can start your game. For the curtain, when you click on the collections, the curtain pulls back, and you'll see all your collections on the wall. And you can go through them and look at them all the cards you found and used. And then finally, for the settings, when you press settings, water will come out of the sink, and then it'll dive down into the drain, and you'll see all the settings. So that's gotta go. That is gotta go in its current iteration, and I expect it to be much anticipated. I'm sure everyone's gotta get it, because they gotta go. And I'll be continuing to do devlogs for the month until it's released. Talking about that, we'll give you a little timeline. Development timeline right now. We plan to have a minimum viable product ready in 3 days. That's gonna be interesting. And we plan to do a closed playtesting with some close friends in 2 days after that, so 5 days. And then finally, you can expect the Steam wishlist page to be coming out on June 2nd, and the final release day will be June 16th. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Gadies and Lentlemen, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on GD Games.